Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the daily scan for Tuesday, June 30th, 2015. Well, wasn't yesterday a sweet ride? Sure was sweet for the option guru, tell you that much. But first, let's take a look at the announcements from yesterday. Pretty much in line. There were really no surprises there, and actually were slightly better than expected, but not a lot, but slightly better. For today, we have the Case-Shiller Home Pricing Index, Chicago Manufacturing Index, and Consumer Confidence, all in the morning. So we'll get that all that kind of junk out of the way right away. Let's look across the ponds. In Asia. In Asia, we are bullish across the board, or they are. And in Europe, of course, it's lunchtime right now in Europe, and I would say mostly bearish, with the FTSE Men in Black thing here looking a little slightly positive. Not bad, actually, almost better than 0.5%. So that's not bad at all. Why the Greek financial crisis won't hurt the U.S. economy. There was a lot of fear yesterday. Banks closed, no fuel, blah, blah. And then I get this one here, this one down here. Should you still travel to Greece? Wait a minute, I just read up here. Banks are closed, no fuel. I don't think I would really want to go to Greece right now. I wouldn't want to leave the country, actually. Bad as it is here. Oh, Uncle Joe's might run. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I got kind of lost here. But it was a fun day yesterday. So let's take a look at the futures here in the U.S. Looks like it's going to just pop right back up. Where were we? Minus 300 something yesterday on the Dow, and on the S&P. Well, let's take a look. We'll look at the big chart here. VIX is at 18.85 and probably going to pull back a little bit today. Gold is at 1174. It just went ho-hum with the whole thing yesterday. It didn't really do anything. And I made a video on my GLD trade, this one right here, about what some of the things that I was thinking about. I was thinking about dropping the strike on 120 down to 118. And we can take a quick peek at that chart, but I'm not going to dwell on it very much because I got a whole separate video about it. Oil is at 58.63. Kind of happy about that. I mean, it's not a big drop in price, but it's a nice drop within expectations, I guess you might say. The dollar's at 95.44. I heard a lot of talking heads yesterday about the strength of the dollar because there's nothing else out there. Well, the dollar's strong, but it didn't like make a big jump. I mean, the euro, against the euro, if Greece falls out of the EU, I'm not smart enough to know what the heck that all might mean, so I really don't know. But here we have it at 95.5 roughly, and $1.11, almost $1.12 against the euro. There hasn't been really all that much movement there. So we had a lot of fun yesterday. I exited. Well, let's go take a look at the big chart. Okay. I was kind of talking about this one right here, this July 2. A bear call up here, which is the other half of a July 2 bull put down here. I did exit this yesterday for a nickel. And I did exit this July 1 Butterfly for a nice tidy little profit. So let's look at the spreadsheet right quick. Here's the bear call that I got out for a nickel, and we ended up with 180 bucks on that. And then there's this butterfly here on SPX. I just had one in one account here. I paid $2.20 for it and got out for $3.60. So $130 including transaction costs. And here's the transaction cost right up here. Is this $10? So that was nice. So for the week, it's looking pretty good start to the week here. Also tried to get into, let's go back to the big chart. Also tried to get into a bull put for July 5 expiration. And I can tell you, it was really, really amazing what IV can do. It was at 10 delta was at 1895. That's way down here. And I was a little surprised. I put in an order for 40 cents and it was bouncing around 35. And it would bounce up to 40, but they weren't picking up my order. I had to order in for 9 of them, so maybe that's why. I was doing 9 lots. It's going to increase the amount on this, but that was amazing. You can still look at it here on the Analyze tab. You know, every time I change a symbol, this thing stalls on me. We're talking July 5, July 4, July 5, and it would have been 1895. Let's see. I can prove it here. I can prove it. 1895 has a delta of, wait a minute, yeah, that's 1885. 1895, that's 16. I need new glasses. 1895. Yeah, it still has a delta of 9. So I still have an order sitting out here. Well, that's amazing. I thought it was just a day order. I don't see any orders out here. That's strange. That's very strange. That probably will get cleaned up before the open. I'm thinking, so here's a new release. The order's cleared, but it's still showing on my option chain. That's pretty unusual. Anyway, that's proof right there. It was at 10 delta and it was at 40 cents. I don't think you could get 40 cents now. You're looking at 30 cents right now. 570. Wait a minute. That's not right either. 670 and 6. It's looking at 70 cents right now, but I don't think you would ever get that. Here it is down here. I had actually put an order in for 40 cents. Alright, so that is that. Going back to this chart. Let's go back to auto here. So that was a good play for yesterday. And then another thing that I wanted to show you about IV. I had a reader or a viewer, however you want to call it, asked me about a play that he had on for DIA, and he sent me a picture. The picture is over here. Okay, so this is a double calendar, and this is what it looked like probably yesterday morning, I would think. Maybe before the market opened, I'm not sure. But he had a July-August double calendar at 175 on the put side and 183 on the call side. So I reconstructed that trade here. And let's take a look at it. And according to the information that I had, he paid $1.40 for the put and 93 cents for the call. And if we take a look at a risk profile, this is what it looks like now. So this dip that was in the middle, let's take a look at this one. See this big dip before IV explosion upwards? It just pushed this middle part up here. It's a profitable trade right now. So I paid $2.35 roughly, rounded off, and it's now up 48. I would say, if it gets close to 100 or somewhere around there, I would just get out of it. That's what I do. But anyway, that's what it looks like now. So again, low IV. What are we looking at here? IV 12, 13%. And over here we're looking at 17, 18%. Especially interested in the longs because with the increase in IV, they now have more extrinsic time value. They now have more time value or extrinsic value. So that's why this thing is pumped up in the middle here. Just a little interesting thing here for you to look at. Isn't that amazing? That's pretty cool. All right, we're at 11 minutes right now. Almost feel that a scan would be, for the most part, pretty meaningless right now, just because of the big move yesterday. But what I would like to see anyway is just take a look at what some of these stocks did with that. So here's Apple. Apple. That's what we're looking at. I think that I just am not going to rely on anything today because of the big move yesterday. Here's Amazon. We might see something interesting, or we might not. Baidu is definitely out of its channel. Now that's interesting. Chipotle, yeah, just another day. Just another 2 days. Actually just 1 day. We wouldn't have taken that loss. Dang. How's Costco looking? Yeah, it's heading down towards our calendar. I think we have a calendar on it. And then the Dow, or DIA, for an ETF equivalent, made that big, huge move yesterday. Gold, thinking about doing a 118 for September expiration. 118 isn't even on this chart. 118 is right about here where this high point is. I think that would be a relatively safe thing to do. And Google also participated in the pullback yesterday. I'm looking for something that maybe held up. I don't know that we're going to find it, but we'll look to see. LinkedIn finally got out of its flat run there and made at least some sort of move. NDX, yeah, fell out of its channel, right out of the channel. Let's take a look at Netflix. Q's is pretty much like NDX. It's slow. I think I need to reboot. Netflix looks kind of strong. I don't think it's going to really go anywhere. Bear call might be kind of interesting to do with maybe like a 30-day expiration. I'm not doing one, but it might be of interest. Might want to wait, however. I think the best place to do it was here. When this thing happened, if you want to do a bear call, I would have done a bear call. But I wasn't really thinking about it at that time. as you well know, because you can go back to last Thursday's video and see that I didn't really have a dang thing to say about it. Priceline, we're still in Priceline. Yes, we are. And we have an 1140 calendar on it. And we're kind of below that. We'll see if it comes back. Let's take a look at the Analyze tab. Yeah, it still might wiggle itself back up here. We just don't know. So let's see what happens there. Peek at the Russell. Whoa, that was a big hit on the Russell. That's a big hit, I think. Oh, wow. Okay, so I want to look at SPY because I have... Ooh, we're right in the sweet spot here on this put calendar. Right in the sweet spot with a July expiration. A little insurance policy here. But we're going to let it wiggle around in there and let it get a little bit more time decay on it. And last but not least is Tesla. Slow, slow, slow. Okay, Tesla. Bear call or bull put? Might do bull put on this, since it is in an uptrend. And I mean, you know, it's not anything really fantastic, but a bull put, what could we do here? Well, let's look at the Analyze tab. We'll be looking for something maybe around a 20 delta. 30 days out, this is 17, this is 31, and we're looking for a 20 delta on the put side, which would be at 240. Down here, probably pretty safe, I would say. 240, and what can we get for it? Well, we get 21 cents with a $2.50 spread. That's a 10 to 1 risk reward, roughly. If we go to 235, we get 93 cents. That's probably what I would do. Still almost a 10 to 1. Wait a minute here. $5 spread to get $1. I don't know what I was thinking on the other one. This is a 5 to 1. It's pretty good. Look at the IV. How we in percentile? We're at 40. We're at 40. I wish that it would pack the extra 0 in here, but it won't do that. So we're at 40 for IV percentile, which probably is higher than it was a couple days ago. I don't know what it was. I would like to see a historical graph of IV percentile. That's what I'd like to see. But we're looking at 93 cents here, so I'm putting that down for today. Today is the 30th, and I might want to get into this Tesla here. For 93 cents. That's 240. 245. Bull put or BUP. And we're looking at roughly 93 cents right now, but you know, if this 20 delta moves to 242 or 245 or whatever, I still am good for it. I would be happy with that. All right. Other than that, we're doing pretty good, I think. These will be coming back today with the pop that we got going on here, and some of these calendars. We're just it's too early for a lot of them. July and July and July. So we have a week or so to watch those, and that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.